I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's home to me, and I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk alone.
Seven nation army couldn't hold me back. They gonna rip it off. Taking their time up behind my back.
I walk alone, I walk alone.
Until the sun burns out, because I can't forget. Thinking goes through my mind behind the second bed.
I'm in the house. Here it comes. Extra, extra. Read all about it. The best burgers in town from all around. People from around the world come and get it. The line goes around like a merry-go-round.
そんなんじゃダメもうそんなんじゃほら心は進化するよもっともっと
How many shrimps do you have to eat before you make your skin turn pink? Eat too much and you'll get sick. Shrimps are pretty rich.
When worlds collide, you'll laugh so hard you'll swear you died. When worlds collide, hold my hand, I'll be your guide. When worlds collide, buckle up for the sweetest ride and prepare to have your mind blown wide. When worlds collide, when
because I'm counting no A's. Nah, I couldn't be there. Nah, you shouldn't be scared. I'm good at repairs and I'm
shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment. Would you capture it or just let it slip?
So
you know, let them see that your work. This song has been my mortal enemy for about 4 years now.
How many shrimps do you have to eat before you make
I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's home to me, and I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk alone.
The seven nation army couldn't hold me back. They gonna rip it all. Taking their time right behind my back.
I walk alone, I walk alone.
Talking to myself at night because I can't forget. Thinking goes through my mind behind the signal light.
Diamonds house, here it comes. Extra, extra, read all about it. The best burgers in town from all around. People from around the world, come and get it. The line goes around like a merry-go-round.
そんなんじゃダメもうそんなんじゃほら心は進化するよもっともっと
How many shrimps do you have to eat before you make your skin turn pink? Eat too much and you'll get sick. Shrimps are pretty rich.
When worlds collide, you'll laugh so hard, you'll swear you died. When worlds collide, hold my hand, I'll be your guide. When worlds collide, buckle up for the sweetest ride and prepare to have your mind blown wide. When worlds collide, when
Finally, someone let me out of my cage. Time for me is nothing cause I'm counting no A's. Nah, I couldn't be there. Nah, you shouldn't be scared. I'm good at repairs and I'm
If you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip?
I know that was a bad transition. God.
You want bad transition? Look at Aaron.
Oh, ow, that's harsh. Anyway, let's double check, make sure everything's working correctly. Let's see. If I can open the correct window, we'd be good. Where are we at? I'm on the wrong window. So, how you doing, waifu?
You know, it's Wednesday. Not good, it's not bad, but I'm looking forward to shitting on people that have had a better week than me. Or worse. Doesn't matter what we're depends what we're talking about.
We're talking about all kinds of shit tonight. We got some updates about what's going on in the Devil's Advocates lands of information and misinformation. And we've got a couple of guests with us tonight. And because, waifu, you are great at this, I'm going to let you introduce our guests.
Well, first of all, right out of Miles Beats server, this is where I digged up this guy. We have Kieran Halcyon, or just Kieran for the ladies.
Yes, for the ladies.
Yes, all three of them in our chat. Shh.
All the kitties. Hello, Sir Adamantine.
Hey, man. I've got his job tonight. And also, because we got to get our star fucking in, I brought in Optic Decay.
Oh, come on. You're super intros. Give us a super intro for Optic, waifu. Come on.
No, it's star fucking. Like, the name is the star fucking. There you go.
You know, that works for me. It works for me.
The
Panties
illustrated. I mean, the illustrious Optic Decay. And I've got Mercolium lurking here in our shadows, too, because his audio's kind of fucked up.
The man is partially magic.
What do you mean lurking? My ass ain't lurking anywhere.
So wait, we're on?
Yeah, we're live. We're on.
Oh, okay. I got really confused, so I'm looking at the wrong page.
I know. See, I tried this out. I scheduled an event, and I asked, I was like, hey, so if I just go ahead and launch, well, it launched to my scheduled page, and we didn't really know, so I was like, all right, fuck it, let's launch it. Because I wanted to go at 9:15 and do the intro and all that, but they don't let you do quarter hours on the scheduling an event. So, well, live and learn. I'm not scheduling any more events like that. Screw it. I'll throw an announcement up on Twitter going live soon, and then do it.
Yeah, it's kind of my move. Just like I don't care. Just hit the button.
I normally do Wednesday nights. I usually go at 10 p.m. Pacific time, but I'm working on trying to get earlier and earlier. But with having minions that don't like to go to bed on time.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other minions.
She was talking about you. I have minions, but before we get too far, we've got another person, the Kieran person.
Oh no, I gave him the introduction, didn't I?
Oh, that was the one? Okay. I didn't hear his name.
That's what we're going with? Alright.
Kieran person?
The Kieran person.
Oh,
hey, at least you're... Hey, you are literally, that is your role in my server, is you're a person. You haven't been unpersoned yet, so you're okay.
Okay, then. I'm watching you.
Yeah, wait a week.
Yeah, wait a week. So
only a week?
Yeah, well, I don't know. It depends on... Never mind. Anyway. But, oh, it's been topsy-turvyville. And we got Bass Bottom Boy.
Yeah.
And I'm watching my...
You also know him as Schoolboy.
Watching my analytics, because if we get too many people in here, my stream capabilities will plummet. So, let me know if my audio gets all screwed up. All right.
Well, I'm off for the night. Fuck you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
But yeah, so this week not only do I have my normal two-legged minions, I'm also house sitting for my mother-in-law and father-in-law's four-legged minions. All the goat responsibilities and all their little Shih Tzus are my responsibility as well. So, but at least it's not too bad.
Ew.
Shih Tzu's good eating.
That it is.
Speaking of Asians, hey waifu, do you know what Merc and I did yesterday?
I may have heard something about it, but because I'm supposed to be playing the co-host, no, I don't.
So
you failed at that one.
So, a while back, I went to the school auction, and I thought I would just be helpful, and I bid on an item I never thought I would use, and I ended up winning it, and it was a family pass to the Wing Museum about Pan Island
Asian jewelry.
Asians. it was basically about this guy, Wing, that died in a plane, and just talking about, you know, the Japanese plate, the Chinese plate, the Filipino plate, and all this other stuff. And we were one of 2 white families in there, and we weren't really feeling guilty. And we decided to go ahead and, after looking at their exhibits, we noticed one that we had to check their privilege on. They didn't have their suffrage points in a row, so to speak. We look at their display of their concentration camps. You know, Asians, they concentrate anyway, but
Asians are small enough, so they're not concentration camps. They're internment camps. Okay, it was the Jews they had to concentrate. That's why they were turned to ash.
It's all in the nose.
Oof. So we're.
Hey, Mark, why you gotta burn them like that?
Oh.
Because it's easier than burying them.
What are they gonna
Once
do?
upon a time, I had a YouTube channel. Hey, at least I've beat the spread on how long it would take Red to get a second strike, okay? I beat the spread. So, but anyway, so we're looking at this map of the West Coast of where they had these, okay, we'll call them internment camps. It's not like they were dead either, so that we didn't intern them. But anyway, we're looking at the map, and there's no Washington and Oregon. And here in Washington, Mercolian points out, he's like, wait a minute, wasn't the Puyallup Fairgrounds an internment camp? Wasn't it called Camp Harmony? And we're looking, and right next to the map, there's this big, giant, 4-foot-long quote of a story from this woman, how her mother, pregnant, had all her layers on, and was looking at this private first class that looks at her and says, y'all humans, right? You look like humans. Signed, so-and-so. Camp Harmony, Puyallup, Washington. Right next to the exhibit where the state doesn't exist. So we had to check their privilege. Merc walks over to the docent at the desk and says, do you realize you're missing a camp? He had to inform the Asians just how oppressed they were. And he had to give them more, you know, he had to give them more points. A white person told them how oppressed they were. We're officially liberal.
I'm pretty sure.
They needed to know how long they were at the Wing Museum.
White guilt.
I'm pretty sure you get to claim their oppression points. That's how it works.
Right? If they don't claim them, do we get them by default?
That was a proper use of white privilege. That's what that was.
Oh my god. So and my oldest daughter, who's 18, she's following in her father's footsteps, who's a reverse banana. I think they're yellow on the inside and white on the outside. We thoroughly embarrassed her, but that's okay because she embarrassed us later with some of her obvious questions. So we got to embarrass our adult daughter and have fun at the same time.
Excellent. Well, if you've ever seen the Puyallup fairground, it's still an internment camp, but whatever.
I was actually a carny at that fairground for several years. I was a carny. I was a resident carny. I would show up there and work the events. Hey, it's fun. It's good money. That and concert security was good money.
Oh, I
didn't you?
Rodeo kid.
Was that Merc?
So.
I said, what was that about the Yellow Gate?
Oh, oof. Yes. All the employees got to go in through the Yellow Gate. There is a gate called the Yellow Gate at the Puyallup Fairgrounds.
Self-awareness not included.
Oh my god. So that was our great family day. Oh, and then we had a family discussion at the dim sum restaurant right down the street from this exhibit. And now, mind you, there's these, you know, the skinless ducks hanging in the window. And we get in there, and we start to, we later talk about how, wait a minute, this is Seattle, right? I wonder how many people go in there and ask, do you have a gluten-free cart? Ooh, I'm vegan. Yeah, you know, you gotta wonder how many of these conversations happen.
I was just lean in and just go, get out. Go home.
Oh, I like my cast. I like my guest, William. Don't be mean.
Go home, or you go behind the fence.
Hey, Ezekiel. Hi, Irate. I see you guys. I see you. I don't want to adult. So,
hey, fuckers.
I'm just trying to get back in the saddle, so to speak. So, Actually, if Merc actually has clear audio, before we get started on our shit show of a wheel, because I do have a wheel and topics.
That's why William's here. He's here for the
he's here for the wheel.
Every week.
But
Are you not?
Merc, would you like to tell people about you going into the den of iniquity or the belly of the beast? Would you like to tell people where you were earlier tonight?
Yeah, so I'll kind of go into this a little bit. As many people know, the Devil's Advocates is going to be off for a little while because I'm banned from YouTube from live streaming till June 2nd.
What did you do?
Whatever. I don't know.
It was funny.
Some dumbass.
Yeah, we'll cover that in a little bit.
Yeah. In the meantime, I've been in communication and actually in training to become certified at KAOS 89.3 FM in Olympia, which is housed, as Red said, in the belly of the beast, the liberal of liberal Evergreen State College. And they're interested in me doing a version of the Devil's Advocates there.
I mean, are
So,
they
yeah.
really?
Oh, yeah, no, they like the idea. I just have to do up the demo and a couple other things. But, yeah, it's going to be a very toned-down version of the Devil's Advocates.
Understatement of the year.
Yeah.
And he will actually be licensed with the FCC here in a few weeks. He will be done and actually fully licensed.
Yeah, will be kind of, guests will be very limited to people who aren't going to get me and themselves a many $100,000 fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, me and waifu got that, right, waifu?
Oh, yeah. I'm just looking up the words you can't say on TV right now.
Actually, that's part of the curriculum. Is the George Carlin
Yeah,
bit.
it's $326,000 or $325,000 per expletive, not per use of, not just per word in general. It's every time you say shit, piss, fuck, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits. It's $325,000 per word. Yeah. But anyway, so that's
step up their game.
Yeah. But that's what I've been doing. I just left the studio, so I was actually in the Chaos production booth, and my first air date will probably be in about 2 weeks on their rookie radio, kind of like the Water Wings training to make sure that you can do what you say you can do.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm going legit, bitches.
Well, that's awesome, man.
What the fuck are you losers doing?
Yeah, and then on top of that is we're going to be looking for we've got a couple of people in mind we got to touch base with, but some people listen worldwide. The alumni, people that are libtarded and everything. And if you listen to any of the Chaos radio stations, it sounds like NPR, and here we are talking about the weather, but wait, it's music. Oh wait, there was a shooting. Oh wait, it's all the same freaking tone. Everything. So.
And then
you broke up there, babe.
I said, and then here comes my ass, loud as fuck and upbeat.
So I'm thinking Robin Williams from Good Morning Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Remember,
Good morning, Evergreen College.
Don't go from an upbeat record. Don't go from upbeat record into a death dedication. I'll kill you every time.
Well, there's a tragedy here at YouTube. We're very sorry about that. Now our next song is Pumped Up Kicks.
Oh my god. It's gonna be great because Mercolium and I, with the training we've had, we know how to kind of tread the line and poke holes and see just exactly where that line really is drawn at.
I know where the line is drawn at.
So.
And I like to cross it every time.
Oh yeah, but this one you can get hundreds of thousands of dollars in fine, jail time, and everything for just one word screwed up. So, but on the upside, a short little lesbian chick that runs the program loves Devil's Advocates. So, if a hardcore lesbian loves the show, We're good.
She
Oh,
loves you.
totally. But I mean, like, I'm also gay, so check your straight privilege.
We were already checking Asian privilege earlier, so.
What's another privilege to check?
Oh, let's check wheel privilege.
All right.
Okay, let's see if I can remember how to work OBS since Merc moved everything on our save drives. Ugh. All right, let's.
While you're trying to do that, can I just like I'm on Facebook here and something extremely devastating has occurred to me. Vancouver.
God, Schoolboy, say it as it's so.
I know. Vancouver Pride Week's massive Davie Street party has been cancelled. This is devastating. This is the only time I could party in the streets without having to get drunk. Oh, it's cancelled. Well, I'll get over it. We'll probably be partying in the
You
streets.
can get over it or they'll bend you over it. One of the two.
I mean, not gonna complain either or.
All right.
Why did they cancel it?
I don't know. I haven't read the article yet, but
Readings for plebs.
you're right. Fucking pussies only read.
Okay, so let's see. Oh, we do have quite a bit of lag going on because I already switched over, but it didn't switch over for others. So let's see. For topics, we have boing, optic portray. You know, that's going to be, he's on the board, so he can bring a story up when his name gets landed on. We got Gator Baby. For the game, I'm Not Dead Yet. Popo Smurf. The Birds.
I already told you that my story is I got nothing.
You'll find something.
I have an idea. Why don't, like, instead of that, why don't you just tell us what you've been up to? That'll
Exactly.
Be our break of the day.
Yeah.
All right, I think that works.
There we go.
Since you're the big celebrity tonight.
I'm sorry.
You should
know. By the end of tonight, I will be apologizing.
Oh my god.
Wheel of Immorality. Turn. Tell us which subject we should burn. Woo!
All of them.
Gator Baby. Let's see.
Gator Baby.
Where'd it go? I had it. I had tabs open and things saved, but it didn't quite work how I planned.
Yes,
oh, there it
Gator
is.
Baby.
Let's see. Is it a Florida man story? I only read the headlines. So let's see. Ooh, man uses live alligator for his baby's gender reveal party.
What?
I am hooked already. Tell me more.
Now I'm invested.
Right?
And this is from the HuffPost. What could possibly go wrong? Anybody got a guess? Anybody got a guess? Just give me a guess. What do you think happened?
Bites the dick off.
Boy ended up a girl. Snap.
Let us see. But come on, that looks
Ask
like
me the
Boogie.
Scaly Boyle.
That looks like
Well,
Boogie right there.
I was gonna say, you know, they all had a very good time and they all had cake and everything worked out just great. It didn't though, but I'm just gonna say that. That dude's gonna be missing something, isn't he?
It says Louisiana.
That's
Oh, it's
like
not
betting
Florida.
the-
It's Louisiana. We lucked
Yeah,
out.
sounds
It's
right.
Louisiana. A Louisiana couple decided to announce the sex of their unborn baby in a pretty jaw-dropping way. Grandmother-to-be Melody Kleibert posted a video to Facebook on Sunday featuring her son, Mike Kleibert, an alligator wrangler and trainer who runs Kleibert's Turtle and Alligator Farm in Hammond and goes by the name T. Mike the Gator King. The video shows Mike Kleibert holding an alligator's mouth shut on a lawn surrounded by friends and family, gathered for a gender reveal party. The gay shit when you gotta have a gender reveal party. Retards, when the baby comes out, that's when the gender reveal really happens.
Oh, they just didn't look while they were changing the diapers.
Right?
I can't look.
First thing that came to my mind when my girlfriend and I decided to have a gender reveal party were alligators, Kleibert says, whose father and grandfather were both also alligator handlers, told the HuffPost. They are a big part of our family, so why not incorporate them into our reveal? At one point in the video, Kleibert places a watermelon into the gator's mouth. The reptile snaps her jaw shut and a blue liquid comes gushing out of her mouth, indicating that Kleibert's baby is going to be a boy. We have a few gators who like to eat fruit, so I figured fruit was great. Let's get a watermelon, drill a hole in it, add some Jell-O to it, and throw it in a gator's mouth. Let her bust it open. No big deal, you know, Clybert explained. And what better way to do it than to having an alligator that is 61 years old that my grandfather hatched in 1957. Clybert said the gator in the video is named Sally, and she's our movie gator. She's appeared in commercials and the TV show American Horror Story. That's fucking great, by the way. American Horror Story.
Now, I have one question. Did he tell people beforehand that he was doing this, or did he just do it and just let people and just waited for the people to notice?
I don't know.
I'm hoping he told them.
No, I'm hoping he didn't, and then you just see like blue crap coming out of the thing's mouth, and everyone just goes, "What the fuck is that?"
Well, you know, if I'm invited and he didn't tell me, I'd walk up to this guy and be like, "Listen, the last time children and crocodiles were mixed together, thousands of Jew babies died. Ask Pharaoh."
Oh, let's see if this actually does it. Let's see. Oh, hit play on the video.
He just stood back and smiled as everyone looked very confused.
And there's the pregnant woman right in front of a fucking alligator.
Oh, I thought we were going to say he was pregnant, because he's rocking some twins there.
No, look at Magenta over there.
Triplets.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God, really? Why couldn't you just bust the watermelon? Why do you gotta do that? And he's stroking that gator snout. Look at him stroke that snout. And he's tormenting that thing.
Yeah,
He's
hold
fucked
on.
that thing a few times. That's the only way it would let him do what he's doing right now.
But you were supposed to be my egg spreader, not hers. She's all sad.
Ooh.
Okay, that was really underwhelming.
I know, right? I was expecting something better, but then again, it is Huffington Post. Oh, eat the kid! Eat the kid! Go eat the kid!
You would get more out of it if they just got a piñata. It's like, just get a piñata, you morons.
Right? That was a letdown.
No, he just wanted to show off his suit. Oh, get him!
I
Get
love
him!
the
Get
kid
him!
fell down and the gator's like, oh, hello.
But I'm like, you know what? Like, get a piñata. Don't show off, you fucking moron. 'Cause I just know that was just the whole point of it. Was like, hey, look at my job. This is what I do.
It's just sad.
That's how you're supporting the kid?
You think gator handlers and snake handlers get along? Or do they have kind of a gang thing going
there's
on?
a hierarchy. There's a hierarchy.
Like a West Side Story kind of thing? Like they start singing?
The next time I'm over that way, I will ask. Because I live one state away. So.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
definitely do that. Because I want to know if they start doing that whole thing like in the middle of the night. Like they just start snapping their fingers.
The whole West Side Story? Yeah.
Yeah, like the Jets are coming.
You know, it's
That's all I know about
underwhelming
West Side
because
Story.
it didn't happen into the it didn't happen because it wasn't from Florida. That's what happened. Oh, let's see if we can get something
that's why.
better.
I think it was going for the wife.
Oh, this is good shit.
It almost got good at the end when that kid fell over, though.
Crack him.
Kind of rooting for him.
All right, this is boing. This wifey doesn't even know about this. This is something I found that I just thought would be interesting. Where'd it go?
Stupid.
Oh, I think this was actually on HuffPost. Where'd it go? Yeah, it was on HuffPost. There it is. Come on. There you are. I'm sure a lot of people know about this too because people are so cock obsessed. So, here you go. This annual penis festival in Japan is about more than just giant schlongs. The annual Honen Fest. Oh god, the last time I saw this was there was these girls riding a giant wooden cock down a waterway.
Excuse me, I've got to go look something up.
I'll be back. I miss you.
I wasn't there.
Oh,
There are no pictures of me
Kawasaki,
riding a
basically
wooden
the
car.
motorcycle capital of Japan.
The next big thing in food was
Oh,
once a
it's
little
trying
paper
to
box.
give me a commercial. God damn it. Anyway, Japan aroused lots of interest last week.
the next
Of
big
course,
thing is the
that's
Capital
to be
One Saver
expected
Card.
with a
Earn
festival
3%
dedicated
cashback
to
on
the
dining,
male
2%
sex
on
organ.
groceries, and 1% on all other
Hanamara
purchases.
Matsuri, aka the Festival of the Steel Phallus, has been a spring tradition since 1969. Giggity. Oh, hold on. Oh, wait. Oh, the video is gonna play. Hold on. Let's see.
Sorry. Here's Facebook.
I'm so gonna get a flag. Oh my god. All those guys carrying that cock around.
Harvest.
Oh my god. Oh, it's good. Stupid commercial. I hate that. That's just yes, waifu from gator handler to cock handlers.
600-pound penis.
Oh my god. Oh, that's just great.
This is why they have to have it in Japan, because if they had it anywhere in North America, it'd just be like incessant giggling.
Look at this! Look at this guy wearing a helmet. Do you see this? Oh my god!
Wait, is that like a dick hat?
Kinda.
Or is it a dick
Oh
hat?
no! I think I know this article. There might be a picture of the penis nose thing. There's a dick nose thing you can get.
Oh my god! It's oh my god! Here we go. Here we go. This will get me. This will lose my live streaming privileges right here. Oh my god. Oh, that's it. Oh, without having the hangouts, you guys can't see what I'm seeing until the stream shows it to you. Oh my god. It's this bok choy. Is that a bok choy or an onion? It says, oh, held annually on the first Sunday of April, participants parade gigantic phallic-shaped mikoshi, portable Shinto shrines, suck on penis lollipops, pose with sex organ-shaped sculptures, and get their hands on whatever penis-shaped souvenirs they can grab.
So it's a giant bachelorette party.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
But
she's
men are
got
allowed
one
to
in
be
each
that.
hand. Look at this.
The new meetings at Victory Stocks and grab your cup.
You know what? I feel cheated. This was nowhere in the tour yesterday when we went to the Asian Museum. There was nothing about this. And this is spring. They should be celebrating this. It wasn't that far from Capitol Hill in
They're just
Seattle.
so small you couldn't see them.
Oh, good night, Goat Man.
Night, Goat Man.
As many as 50,000 people attend the Penis Festival, which these days teaches visitors about safe sex practices. By the way, ladies, swallowing is an abortion. Practices and raises funds for HIV charities, according to the Metro. Look at these happy guys dancing around the cocks. I mean, everybody's happy when daddy's happy, right? And why are the Asians worshiping a pink cock? I'm just kind of curious.
A couple of nuclear bombs later, you would too.
Oh, good point. Good point.
Man has a point.
Big American penis.
The Japanese penis is so small.
It's just so small.
I'm not extinct, Kek. I just went on hiatus, and we got some stuff going on.
And that's why he doesn't have a wrench.
Yeah.
Wrench privilege.
The news of our death was greatly exaggerated. We didn't die. We just transformed. We're going terrestrial radio. All right. Jesus. I mean, these guys is just happy. I mean, I'm not seeing any knee pads, but they're not that far from the ground to begin with. No wonder Asians, tea bagging. The festival is steeped in the past. Come on. It was bound to happen. Just saying. I was like,
Hey, somebody give that motor some gas and it's gonna die.
Look at that. Look at all the smiles. Oh, wait. That's an angry penis lifter.
Ease up, you gotta choke it.
This guy right here is an angry penis lifter. Everybody else happy about it, but I think he might have got a surprise from the guy behind him. Look at the guy holding on to him pretty tight there. I don't know. That's a little tragic. Oh my god, yes, and then down below here is the penis nose. You're correct. She's got a penis, like, almost like a hijab with testicles under her neck, and then a penis.
Welcome to Red and Only. Come see our chinks and dinks.
Oh my god. They look like nipples though. If you look at the picture, it looks like nipples on the testicles. Look, see, there's a nipple right there.
Gotta love them dick noses.
I didn't realize we invited that Mexican guy from the fucking meme.
Of course we did.
Good to have you back, schoolboy.
It's good to be back.
Breathe.
Are you okay there, schoolboy? You gotta live.
Yeah.
Hey, here you go, schoolboy. Check this out. Ah, freaking buffering. Oh my god. Oh, I should put links in my Discord. Cloud penises? There's a photo gallery of cloud penises. It says it's got a little Homer Simpson pink donut. Before you go, photo gallery, cloud penises. See gallery? Wait. Oh, I am back online. I went offline for a second. I thought for sure I got another strike.
Nope. We're not dead yet.
Yeah. Yeah,
Speaking of dead, good to see you, Messiah of Keck.
Oh! Ow! Ow! That hurts.
That's what they call in the vernacular a sick burn.
Ow.
Oh my god. Okay, so let's spin the wheel again. Apparently I didn't take the thing off where when you pick a subject, it disappears. Oh! So, Optic Decay. It's now your turn to entertain the cock-hungry chat.
Well,
I believe in you, buddy. You've got this.
I don't believe in you.
Well, with an intro like that, I just gotta go. What do you want?
Well, let's just talk about your, I got something because interestingly enough, it's been a busy week for you, right? Like you've had like a ton of fucking streams.
Oh yeah, like I went from having like no streams to like I did 2 myself. I did a failure in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I did a Star Trek stream today, which Tonka hated the whole idea of.
And who'd you do that with?
Failure. I've been hanging out with Failure all week.
Well, didn't you do that with someone else?
Don't tell him you hung out with me, Optic. He hates me. Failure hates me. I don't know if it's just a joke, but it kind of stuck. He's like, I hate that red bitch. Vamp likes me.
No, I don't think Failure hates anybody. I mean, like I talked to him. It's like, yeah, he'll get annoyed with me.
Have you met Schmeckle?
But no, they're cool now. They're cool now.
What about Failure and George Sparkles?
I'll take your word for it.
Well, I talked to Failure. He told me he's okay with them, so I guess they're okay. But yeah, it's just been a weird trip of just like every stream was completely different.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
And I was on Warski a couple of times, but for a minute I was just like, hi.
Now was that like Warski Live or Purple Dragon?
Purple Dragon.
Purple Dragon. Okay, not the one without the French people. Got it.
Yeah.
The only way to fly.
Well, the French guy don't like me, so
Oh, they get it.
Does the French guy like anyone, really? I mean...
Well, I made him yell at me on Twitter, so...
he likes me.
If you're a young, fertile retard, he loves you.
Ooh.
Oh, he'll love me then.
Especially if you're American and you can, you know, help him with his not problematic green card situation.
Yep.
I'm young.
Are you fertile?
Yep. I mean, I keep trying.
Oh my god.
We'll just get you a nice wig with beautiful curls. That's
So-
what we'll do. We'll trick him.
For those that don't know, Optic Decay is doing the Kumite comic book, correct?
Yes.
So
the artist.
how's that going?
Well,
What you got for everybody?
It's slower than I would like because I'm still trying to clear up some previous contract work that I'm doing. So it's like I'm getting there. It's just there's a lot of stuff in front of it. So
there's
doing it bit by bit. But I plan on once I got like a lot of the stuff like cleared up, I'm gonna be doing the like some little experimental streams where I will basically just let people like hang out with me while I work. You know, work on the book, so it's like, you know, they can kind of, I don't know, spoil themselves and get annoyed at it. But get a real job, you bum. You know, that kind of stuff.
Oh, cool.
God damn. Jesus, I'm gonna murder him.
It's overrated.
Yeah.
Fucking Facebook.
Don't
murder them. It's an Onion. Oh, it's an Onion article. Thank God.
Oh.
I
just got really confused.
Well, I'm on Facebook. No, I'm on Facebook, and it says new cut off your genitals challenge gains popularity.
Facebook
sucks. I know it sucks, but then I looked at who wrote the article, and it's an Onion article. But like, I was scared for a second there, thinking that was an actual new challenge that was happening.
I will spin a wheel.
Scary that. Yeah, it's scary that the Onion is putting out articles where people are actually like, is this real?
Wasn't always that the point?
Yeah, but it's more likely to be real now than it is.
I was gonna say,
it doesn't have the appeal it once did.
Given the current climate, it is more likely to be a true thing. We were actually discussing the condom challenge on a stream that I was on earlier, and oh my god.
Snorting condoms and pulling them out your throat. Yep, that's a real thing.
That's been around for a long fucking time.
No, it used to be spaghetti. You would do that with spaghetti.
Now, I've seen the condom one around for a long time. I know a lot of retards, though. So, there's that.
You do. Yeah. What'd the wheel pop out?
The wheel popped out with, I'm not dead yet. And this is where I wish I had a meme for the Monty Python, you know, skit where I'm not dead yet.
I'm not dead yet.
It's just a flesh wound.
I'm getting better.
No, you're not. So, a Romanian man, had lived in Turkey for many years, cutting off communications with his wife. She had him declared dead. A court refused to overturn the death certificate despite him being there. Yeah, you can be dead because a bitch says so. I don't know. Apparently it's a quip from a show. It says, "Good morning, I'm Steve Inskeep. They say there's nothing sure but death and taxes. Maybe just taxes. In Romania, a dead man may drive again. A court restored his driver's license after he challenged his traffic fine, even though he died before the ruling. Then, there's the Romanian whose wife declared him dead. He went to court to have his death certificate ruled invalid, but the court said no. He was late in filing, and after all, it said dead right there on the paper." You're listening to Morning Edition. That's from NPR. So.
Your Steve Inskeep was actually pretty good.
But apparently, seriously, because he was, I'm baffled. Just, oof.
It's not really their fault. You know fucking Count Dracula. Like, now they're gun-shy.
Valid point.
And now they've got the next Dracul, Count V. I mean, I really don't blame these people. It's not their fault.
All right, so just Melly is asking when the date and times for the Chaos radio station. Merc doesn't have a date and time slot yet. He is getting certified through the FCC course, and he should actually, he said earlier, in about 2 weeks, he should have something solid about when Devil's Advocate is going terrestrial. Before that, we'll have to do a pilot that we're going to be recording. And we've got a few surprise guests in there. And when that recording is done, we'll post it up on the YouTube channels. And then after that, we'll post when we know for sure what the time slot will be. In between then, though, Merc will be able to book studio time here and there just to, you know, test his chops. So.
Yeah, I've been playing in the studio. I was there today. But very likely it'll probably be a night show, because you can kind of get away with a little bit more, but not too much. So it'll probably be after 10 o'clock at night. I will give, once we do go live, and I've got a thing, I'll let everybody know where it's at, and you can listen anywhere in the world via the interwebs.
Good.
Don't tell me what to do.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do, and you're gonna listen, Base Bottom. Okay?
Okay.
I got whipped.
Ooh, okay.
He gonna put you in the basement, Bottom boy.
Either way, he fucking wins.
Yeah.
I need the client to not listen to you. Does that mean I get the whip?
The wheel red.
What?
No, if you're defiant, you don't get the whip.
Oh, okay.
The
Well,
whip.
That's a conundrum, isn't it? Anyway, I gotta bounce.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Hey, Malachite.
Bye.
Thank you, Mark.
Mr. Information right there, because he's got to go do that job thing that pays for bills and stuff.
Ew.
It's not a dish. I don't know what's going on. So, anyway, so we've got 3 subjects left on our wheel of immorality. And we've got Popo Smurf, Da Birds, and For the Game. I really hope it pops up on For the Game. Of course it's not. Let's see. What I'm gonna do is, oh wait, waifu, I sent you this article. I'll put it up on shared. You gets to read it.
Which one?
You gets to read the where'd it go? The one about the Smurfs.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I've got a little Belgian in my background, so I'm probably the best one to read this. Yeah, Smurfs are Belgian, unfortunately.
Oh, I know. What the fuck is wrong with my computer?
All right, here we go.
There we go. I'm just sharing my desktop.
Let's see if I can do kind of more of an annoying nasally anchor. Australian man fined for calling police Smurfs. A man in Austria called police officers Smurfs in a Facebook post. Authorities reportedly fined him the equivalent of almost $200 after a police officer filed a complaint. Transcript. Michelle Martin.
We're on two different tabs.
Wait, what?
I swear, I just clicked the link I sent you, and it's not the same thing.
Yeah, this is where I got
it. Oh, shit. My bad. I'm retarded. Oh, transcript.
And I wouldn't have you any other way.
Waifu does read at, like, an 11th grade American level. That's, you know, college anywhere else.
Well, it's not saying much.
That's why I go no script.
Alright, get it, waifu.
Well, that was it.
No, it's not. You gotta read the transcript.
Oh, the fucking transcript?
Yes,
okay.
like a girl. You gotta read it like a girl.
Rochelle Martin, host. Good morning, I'm Rochelle Martin. You remember the Smurfs? The little blue creatures who lived in the forest and inexplicably had only one female in their tribe.
They were fairly lovable creatures, but the police in Austria don't think so. A man in a Tyrol province referred to a couple of cops as Smurfs on a Facebook group. The police officer who saw the posting filed a complaint, and the man who was fined nearly $200 for violating public decency. Imagine how much more he'd have to pay if he called them Gargamel.
That was the best ever.
I can definitely see that voice as a Rachel. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, I thought that was like a Stephanie or a Diane.
Oh, that's definitely a Stephanie. No fucking way that's not a Stephanie.
Oh my god. It depends on how they spell Stephanie. Oh my god.
With an F.
Oh, and a Y. Just those people that like
Please.
to just fuck with people with a Y. It has to be a Y at
Please,
the end.
I'm getting cancer.
That is just awesome. But for serious, oh my god, Australia, we get it. We sent the convicts to you. You guys had to deal with the Aborigine people.
I misspoke. It's not like Australia was in the first line. It's Austria.
Austria? Ooh.
Yeah, discount Germany.
Ah.
Oh, well, no wonder.
That's even worse. Oh my god. You guys should spend more time with hookers and less time on the phone to the police, alright? Just saying.
Right? Well, it was the police who made the complaint.
So, is this are they advocating that yes, words are violence?
Oh, of course. They're Germany's, little bitch on their knees.
Hmm.
Oh my god, that's just... I just thought that was hilarious seeing that there.
Like the premier lefty state in Europe. So I mean, although Britain is currently vying for that title.
Oh yeah, Britain is. They really are. It's I can't get involved in politics anymore because anything I say is wrong. Period. To everybody. Oh.
That's because you're a woman.
Yeah, that could be it. It's not a dish and it's not dinner. What the fuck do I know about it? Okay, so we've got.
Just letting you.
What was that?
Just letting you know, Optic is experiencing some technical difficulties. Hopefully, he'll be back, but for now, he's just popping in to let us know that he's having some trouble.
If goddamn it, Optic Decay, you're not in Australia, upside down land, are you? You're not trying to stream from us from beyond the equator. But
No,
okay,
but given your providers, he probably had one or two choices. Two if he's lucky, one if he's everyone else.
Good point. Very good point. Let's see. So we've got 2 topics left: the birds and for the game. Let's see. I'm hoping it's for the game. Of course it's not. Of course it's not. Oh my good gracious. All right, let's see. There's that one.
Sorry, we had to have Schoolboy jump out. One of his roommates is having some trouble in the kitchen, so he has to go fix that.
Ew, not good.
Yeah. Well, you saw how sassy he was. Put the woman down.
I have to put him back in the kitchen. Let's see, because I saw this on a few different places, but the one I'm going to use is from HuffPost, just because I can. Man seeks mercy from hotel that banned him after seagulls trashed his hotel room.
Sorry, you cut out there.
Oh shit! Commercial choice. Commercial got
we
me.
got you. It was like seagulls, and we lost the punchline.
Ah. Hold on a second. I've got a stupid ad playing. I can't do anything about. Screw you, Microsoft. Rawr.
After seagulls trashed his room.
Yes, after seagulls trashed his room. These dirty birdies done got his ass. So this actually, when I read this on several different sites, I thought it was hilarious because this spans over a decade, almost into 2. It's a wild story that involves a suitcase full of pepperoni, large incontinent birds, and a heartfelt apology. You cannot make this shit up. You can't make this up. Incontinent birds, pepperoni, and an apology. Okay.
Well, you can make it up if you're Kurt Eichenwald. Let's be real.
So I'm gonna play the video. I hope the audio comes through, but it's mostly music anyway. But it says, news, disruptive hotel guest is welcomed back from Nova Scotia.
You're live there, right?
What's that? I'm
Sorry,
alive.
we're not getting...
Is the audio coming through into, let's see.
I can't hear it through your end, but the video is definitely playing.
Let's see. Can you guys hear it now? Oh, let's see if I hear it. It's just music mostly anyway. But let's see. I'm going to mute the music and I'm going to play it again. But it's just insane. He bought Brothers Pepperoni. The brothers did it, man. Brothers did it. After leaving a while, Burchill returned to find an entire flock of seagulls. He had a rock band in his hotel room. Oh my God. They crashed into everything. The result was a tornado of seagull excrement, feathers, pepperoni chunks, and fairly large birds whipping around. Oh, you would throw a shoe and watch the bird and the shoe fly out the window, hitting a group of tourists. After that incident, he was permanently banned from the hotel, and that was more than 17 years later. Burchill was written a letter to the Fairmont Empress to apologize for the fiasco. I come to you, hat in hand, to apologize for the damage I had indirectly come to cause, and to ask you to reconsider my lifetime ban. Now Burchill and the hotels have made amends, and he is no longer banned.
No, I think you're right, waifu. I think that's like Eichenwald level shit right there.
Yeah, that's Eichenwald level fucking fuckery.
He had a suitcase of pepperoni. And because there was no refrigerator, he left it next to an open window.
I'm just trying to figure out why the suitcase of pepperoni.
I guess he bought like this really great pepperoni. I don't know. And he is apparently asking forgiveness for a bird-brained thing he did 17 years ago. Oh my God. Oh.
One man seeks
One Canadian asks forgiveness from another Canadian. Pretty much. Oh my God. But seriously, he had
we need one of those voiceover guys, like, in a world.
But seriously, a suitcase of pepperoni, and you leave it next to an open window. If you're anywhere near a beach, if you've ever come in contact with a seagull or a pigeon or a crow, and you're in a highly trafficked area, you know they're coming after your French fries or any kind of fucking scrap you can throw their way. You know, they're hobos with wings, is what they are. They're panhandlers with wings, and they don't take no for an answer either. All right? That's just fact. Just why would you leave it next to an open window without a screen?
Well, let's see. How did that go in Finding Nemo? Mine?
Yeah, his room had no fridge, so he opened a window to keep... He opened the window to keep the pepperoni cool. It's cured meat. Cured meat. And if it's cured properly, it doesn't need refrigeration, because it's cured meat.
He's a genius, clearly.
Yeah, those seagulls completely destroyed his room. And it took him 17 years to get forgiveness. That's not very Canadian of that hotel.
You know what the solution is, right? You, when the seagull comes in and starts fucking up your shit, you scream for Liz. Liz! Liz! Hammer this bird!
Oh my god. No, like Mel says, come prepared and toss Alka-Seltzer.
Well, what was it was Critical Crackers. He had his stream the other day, and he had Liz on there, and there was someone joking about 2 parrots and wondering how long it would take for Liz to hammer them.
Oh god.
Depends. Was there a GoFundMe in place?
Well, there's gonna be a GoFundMe for the funeral.
Ah! Got him.
Jeez. I mean, like, you get born into some bad situations, but those birds never stood a chance.
Oh my god. Ooh, you know what? You know what? It is time for the last topic, and just for kicks and giggles, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make it spin around.
I mean, don't we always?
There it is. Let us see. Waifu, do you know what For the Game is? Might you know?
Might I know?
Might you know what topic this is? Might you? Might you?
Ish.
Ish. I've got another story for if the Guardian ever pops up. I'm gonna do it at the end just because I think it's fucking hilarious. But here we go. For the game, where are you? Oh, that's the one I forgot to put in here, but oh well. The Facebook complaints are a new kind of 911 call in the platform's hometown. People are getting 911. People are calling 911 because of Facebook. That's another one.
All right, well, let's get the game done first.
Where's it at? Here it is. Here it is. Get a vasectomy to get off work to watch basketball. I'm just gonna wait a second. Let that sink into the men's brains there. How important are dem sports to you?
I have enjoyed sport.
But would you give up one sport to play another?
I'm sorry. I made my choice. That's why I have 7 legitimate children.
No. God damn it, waifu.
Waifu, your socks can't have children, man.
Okay, the fact that nobody laughed means you actually think I have 7 illegitimate children. What's wrong with you people?
I laughed, waifu. I don't care if my audio cut out. I laughed. Oh my god. But then again, imagining Canadians like reproducing is kind of funny all on its own subject. So, but here's the story of a man in March Madness. So we're in April, I get it, but it's March Madness. But college basketball games are inconveniently scheduled during work. Many urologists say they see a spike in vasectomy procedures in March. This isn't a one and done incident. This is apparently a regular thing, okay? Because of basketball. They lose their balls to watch a basketball, okay?
Trade one ball for another.
David Green, the host. Good morning, I'm David Green. It's that time of year. March Madness, madness. When college basketball games are inconveniently scheduled during work, I mean, you might sneak in some discreet TV viewing at the office, or you could just schedule a vasectomy. It turns out many urologists see a spike in that procedure in March. Some clinics even advertise that it's the perfect time. You simply need to recover on the couch. Doctor's orders, but it's not so painful that you can't watch the TV with a little wink wink beer. It's Morning Edition. Courtesy NPR. More character than they prescribe. So, what do you think about the fact that apparently urologists see an uptake, so to speak, in vasectomies during March Madness? Is it the fact that people want to watch ball instead of play with their balls? Or is it they see all these basketball players that go, oh, wait, that's right, they got like 14 kids with like 12 different women. Ooh, I can't even afford that. Or is it just happenstance?
I mean, it's not happenstance.
No, it's totally coincidence, man. Totally coincidence. I mean, there's nothing connecting it.
I mean, why call it, sorry, you have to understand that I'm from up north in the Great White North of Canada, so basketball's not really a thing here. We have a team. All our other teams have been bought out. And even then, they're kind of they're okay. They're not terrible, but they're definitely on the lower side of things. So basketball isn't a thing for us. Is college basketball really that much of a big deal down there?
Yeah, apparently we have less area under snow than you do. But no, seriously, apparently, thankfully, my husband isn't afflicted with ball madness, the foot or basket type. But, he does go a little bit of, British football, American soccer nuts once in a while. But he wouldn't get a vasectomy just for that. He'd get a vasectomy to keep me from having more kids, but not because he wants to watch the game. I mean, it's not that long of a recovery process for one. But I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing if they like watching ball rather than, having a girl play with their balls.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a reason. Maybe guys that aren't getting, denutted are getting more action, and maybe we'll have more men out there instead of more millennials.
Oh, boy. Well, John Plett here, it says, my wife still asks me why I didn't get clipped. I'm not saying I have plans for my boys, but I'm not cutting out my options.
No
Fair
shit.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. If Merc were here, he would say the same thing. Mercolium and I, we have 5 children altogether. I have 2 from a previous marriage. He has 1, and then we have 2 together. I'm not looking to have any more children, neither is he, but there's such a thing as planning, knowing your schedule, condoms, swallowing, ladies. Swallowing, it's not like they told you back in the day. Swallowing watermelon seeds does not lead to pregnancy, and neither does swallowing sperm, okay? So, you don't have to clip and maybe get some retard that didn't pass, his exams completely, or maybe he's having withdrawals because of the last party he was at. You don't need to go on and get your shit snipped if you're responsible. I mean, God, it's retarded.
I mean, I go to some really crazy fucking house parties. We're talking every level of the house is being used, and you see some wild shit. And, I mean, there's a fucking punch bowl of condoms in the fuck room. Just, come on. Come on. When did it ever be, not cool to get someone not pregnant?
I mean, seriously, Merc and I've been together 13 years. This summer, it'll be 14 years. I mean, we know everything about each other. We like to go and have fun and do things. We're not that old, but it doesn't mean he's going to go out and maybe create more babies with me or anybody else. And I'm not going to get knocked up by him or anybody else in my lifetime. I have 4 kids. 4, no more. I shouldn't have had any more after the 2. I'm not regretting my last 2, but still. There's ways to plan things. If you're in a relationship and you want kids, women, know your bodies. Know your limits. Know things. Still have fun. Go and do things, Like I've told all my daughters, nobody buys a car they've never driven, okay? This whole, no sex before marriage. I get it. Religion, there might be some things in that, but nobody buys a car nobody's ever driven. Somebody has driven that car before you, or you've at least test driven the car once or twice. So have fun. Just don't be retarded. It's not hard. Well, if it is hard, there's things to do about that.
I mean, I've made it this far without having any kids, and I should say that my father has, I believe, 9 sons, 9 or 8. Forget.
Sweet Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, see, I
He can
joke
only
with my
make boys.
kids. I have 4 that I know about. Alien abductions aside, 4 that I know of, and I'm still waiting on
Oh,
maternity
gotcha.
tests.
Did the voice fool him?
No, I keep telling my kids I'm waiting on maternity tests because they're so not like me. Except for my little red Spot. She's like me. She's got asshole in all the wrong places.
Spot was wonderful. Go check out that stream, people. It's on Red's channel. Very fucking wholesome. Unlike this show.
Unlike this show. Yeah,
What are you talking about? Most
this is a
wholesome
shit
thing I've
show.
been involved in all night.
I wish
You're a
Optic was on here. I would find a way. Eventually, I will learn how to OBS completely correctly and be able to pop up my screens where I can show people doing their thing, and Optic can be doing what he is epic at, drawing his thing. He can be doing his Kumite comics while he's, chatting with other artards.
Well, waifu, you called me a degenerate, and you're not wrong. But I was in a stream with Bass Trap Kayla earlier, and the subject got oh, that's what it was. I brought up the whole Copper Cab incident from the other day, where he wandered into Geek's server and
Oh yes.
yeah. So that derailed the conversation for a good 10 minutes to discuss that and other methods, and it was just So yeah, no, this is wholesome by comparison.
Just so people know, Copper Cab wandered into a geek server, asking people about ways to extend his dick length. And
I love Copper Cab.
Being who he is, Big Fat Brian, go subscribe to Big Fat Brian. Being who he is, screenshotted the whole thing, then screenshotted it being deleted afterwards, and posted it on Twitter and said, "Whoops! You kind of, you forgot something there, pal." So now the world knows the truth.
You will catapult Big Fat Brian to the 100,000 mark by hook or by crook, won't you?
Yeah, I used my powers in Geek server to bully someone into doing it. By pain of voice chat. Don't give me a wrench. I'll use it to smack people.
Oh my god. I typed into Google stupid GIFs and the things that pop up. Oh my god. They should take away some people's internet privileges.
And yes, Irate, this is the real one. People have heard him speak on a couple occasions, and they can confirm.
Oh yes, apparently I'm an oppressed white female, and I've been in voice chat with him. He's fun to trigger. Oh my god. Everybody thinks he's this real complete sociopath. He's not. He knows what he's doing. He is working the crowd. He knows how to trigger certain groups, get a reaction, not a response, but reactions. He is great at giving and getting a great reaction.
He's a good heel.
We still talking about Copper Cab?
Yes.
Yeah.
Copper Cab's awesome. He's funny. Every once in a while he pops into Geek server. So, there was somebody that was involved, somebody that we all know. Well, not all. Oh, shit, I don't think any of you here in this call know. But, she was, Copper Cab's producer sent her some dirty pics.
Oh.
Oh, dear.
Hey,
Or should
John,
that be- or should that be-
full
oh,
disclosure, it might be a joke about using a vacuum, but you can use a vacuum technique without using the Hoover. You can have your bitch or your bro use the Hoover maneuver and get full erection and suction without damage.
Yeah, it's what Red does every time we start the show.
I
am
got
never
sneeze
flaccid
ads.
when I'm on air.
Oh, hey, American Phoenix. Long time no see, bro. I haven't seen American Phoenix around in a while. He hasn't seen me
French power,
around
my
either. Welcome, Phoenix. Oh, God. Let's see. Well, where's it at? Let's open myself for full thingamabobber. I'm going to throw the Discord link into the chat. Everybody wants to pop on for a few. Come on in and join us. It's the end of the stream as we know it. Red usually streams for about an hour or so.
Save me. They're holding me captive against my will.
Quiet you.
You like it. It's not against your will if we will it.
Look, just because Schoolboy and Optic got away through obligations and bad tech doesn't mean you will.
Well, no, I could have a problem. I can have a tech issue. Nah, I have too much pride for
that. No, you're the man behind Miles' server. I know you won't.
Yeah, American Phoenix, yep. It's been a minute since we've streamed, and Mercolium's actually going to have a terrestrial radio show on Chaos from Evergreen State College. So, we've got some things going on behind the scenes, and I decided since Devil's Advocates really isn't happening, and since Merc got a strike, and honestly, the strike that Merc got, we were getting ready to do an episode of Devil's Advocates, and he went to go log in to get things set up, and he's like, wait, I've got a strike? And it was from 8 months ago, from a video we did called Shots Fired, and we were tearing this person down called Russian Vids, and Russian Vids is a super duper conspiracy theorist. He said the things happening in Manchester was all, the players, the actors, and everything, and Merc and I used to do mass cash drills, and we know what mass cash looks like. We worked with Disney producers that did the mass cash things with wounds and reactions and all that. It's like, no, that was not a mass cash drill, and we called him out for it. That was 8 months ago. Oh, going on 9.5 months ago now. And when the bots went through, Merc got a bullying strike. And Merc did his version of appealing the process. I didn't have anything to do about it, and I'm usually the wordsmith when it comes to wording things. And his appeal was denied. But in the meantime, he was granted and given a radio show, and he's now in school getting his FCC license going on. So, Merc is not down, and I'm talking to Merc, and he kind of minuscule doxed himself with his avatar in front of the Chaos logo. But I'm talking to him when we actually do go live for the very first time doing the Chaos radio show. We're trying to work it with our computers to do a cam view of the studio, and Merc and I will actually do a camera reveal and dox ourselves, because being in the belly of the beast of Libtard Central, it's going to happen anyway. But the dox of Merc and Red will happen very soon.
Ooh, fun.
Falcon Kami asks, Evergreen College, isn't that the same college that kicked out Jerry Seinfeld?
I don't know about Seinfeld, but Evergreen State College is the one in Washington State that had the whole thing with the professors that were being threatened, and people were going car to car looking for him. That's where the R2 didn't do started. That's Evergreen State College, where they actually have a manifesto that goes out with the I can't remember what it's called, but basically they give you a handbook teaching you how to panhandle, how to go to food banks, how to dumpster dive, how to be a subterranean human being.
This is also the school that during a student protest, they kidnapped their dean, and he was in full support of them, and they would not allow him to go to the bathroom alone to pee. Anyways, go to Evergreen. It's great.
I remember that one. Yeah.
Oh, I remember this one vividly. Sargon was on and on about it.
Wait, that's everything though. Sargon has a tendency to.
Patrice and Irate Prostate are talking about Beardy. I'm not going to make a judgment about whether he's a good guy or not. He took care of his wife's family member. Things are going on. I have gone out and said many times, I question about some of the things he put out about, $5,000. He's looking for a place to stay or a recording studio. If you're getting ready to be homeless, you look for a home, not a recording studio. Just saying.
Also, it's people's money. They're free to do with it what they want.
That is the other thing I said is people can do with their money what they want. But honestly, I've been in the homeless position several times in doing different things in my lifetime that I had other opportunities to do things with money. But if I were in a homeless situation and I know he's got a large crowd, I would look for a home, wouldn't even say anything about a recording studio. I would be looking for my home, a place to live, and I would make that shit work for a studio. That's all I'm saying is I would have a home and then I would make my shit work for my studio. For fuck's sake, I broadcast out of a closet with a Rock Band microphone, a Vizio TV screen, and an, I don't know what brand that is, but DQ or, a Hewlett Packard that's upside down, computer monitor with substandard internet. You can make shit happen with shit. You can make good things happen with shit for $0.00 other than your internet. I'm just saying I'd be looking for a home where my wife could come home to me and be with me and we could take care of each other and then do our stream shit.
Amen.
So, just putting that out there. I'm not against GoFundMes or people that are down on their luck or having a hard time. Shit happens. Bad things happen. But what you do with those bad things, what you make happen out of those things, you can do great things if you focus your energy right. Yes, American Phoenix, I'm in the closet. God damn it, Phoenix, don't tell Merc I'm in the closet.
Well,
I'm my mother-in-law's medical person. Honestly, I'm getting ready to actually go back to work. It's minor, part-time, clerkish type shit, but, you know, I'm going to be able to go back to work finally. My disabilities are done, and I'm able to deal with people on a regular basis in a small town. Small town politics is much worse than big town politics, in my opinion, because everybody knows you and knows your kids. It can make everybody's life a living hell. But, you know, I am my mother-in-law's. If she needs to go somewhere, I take her. If she needs to get her medication refilled, I take her. I am her caregiver. I don't live with her, but I take care of her as best I can, and my kids help take care of her. That's what's great about having family, or the actual family, not in family name only. It's actually having real family. So, oof. Taps, why are you on mute?
Are you alive there, Taps?
Taps.
I thought you guys were streaming still, so.
We are still streaming.
Oh. I didn't know if I. Okay.
Oh my God, Taps is so cute. Taps is so cute. He's got them. Oh, mommy and daddy raised you right, sweetheart. You got some manners.
I got some. I don't know. There's not a lot of people I know that have respect.
Oof.
Yeah. Oh, dude, this is interesting topics you guys brought up as soon as I popped in. Jeez, there's a fucking getting a studio before a goddamn place to live.
Well, I mean, like, that's not like a fact, but like that's a possibility.
He didn't say getting a studio before he got a place to live. He said, I need a place to live or a studio to do his streams from.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That was just my interpretation. I'm an asshole. Please call me wrong, a dumbass, or fucktard. I don't care. It's just how I heard things. It's like, I honestly like him as a person. And everything that's happened with the channel and everything, I feel really bad for him because being in a hard place, being homeless as many times as he has been, and gone through everything that he's gone through, goddamn, he's doing goddamn good. You know, he did great things when he did the Halloween thing. He tried to, you know, put things towards, you know, dentistry and, you know, make a change for good. But the one thing that I don't get hung up on a lot of things. I've worked through my issues and everything, but when I hear a person say, I need a place to live or a studio.
Yeah. Well, he did say in his video, he did say that he would have a studio to record from and then he'd live out on the street if he needed to.
Okay, I'm going to ask you, waifu, you're a man now. Taps, you're a man now. Kieran, you're a man now. Now, none of you have children. Nobody has children. The only thing you have is a wife that you love and are very dedicated to. Now, mind you, you're going to be homeless. She's going to hang out with her family for whatever reason. But are you going to find somewhere to rent studio space and live on the street? Or are you going to find a way to rent a studio apartment, a trailer spot, or anything else, and in that $5,000, get a laptop with a webcam, albeit shitty, but be able to live in a home and have a residence, something that doesn't leak on you, because it's Canada, it's spring, it's gonna rain, he lives on the West Coast. Are you going to live in somewhere that's solid? Now, I get it that he's used to being homeless. When I was younger, I got being homeless too. I totally got it. But when you're trying to be responsible and do something, are you going to rent a place where you can have a laptop and stream from your webcam and do your thing? Might be a bit lower quality, but your fan base will feel better because at least you're somewhere safe. Your wife will feel better because at least you're somewhere safe.
Yeah, I'd get an apartment first. I mean, that's kind of practically what I'm doing now, except, you know, it's actually, you know, after I have to leave my dorm to go back home for the summer. Basically, long story short, we have to sell our house because my dad got fucked over by his company and got laid off without severance. So. And we're like, they had to take out stuff from my savings in order for us to live. But we're at our grandparents' house and it's kind of cramped. I'm still going to use that space, that little space that I have there to stream and record because, you know, I'm not going to compromise anything that I have just for a fucking, you know, better studio, for example. Like, I'm not going to just ditch my family and try to grind on the streets to get an apartment. It's
now,
just fucking stupid.
Taps, I know what's going on with you and your sister, your family, and everything. Yeah. You know, you've told me what's going on. You are actually, you impress me. You might go out and do some college fun things, but you're actually pretty rooted in making something of yourself. You're not going to go fuck off and do something that could completely ruin you and your mother and father's shot at anything.
I think the only thing where I breached that was when I fucked with Antifa and then they doxed me, so...
Is that why you show your face?
No. Like, no, they doxed my home address.
Wow.
Yeah, like they somehow... The thing is, alright, the funny part about that is, I fucked with him at the beginning of it was in like September or August. I just happened to run into him at my favorite coffee shop in town after like a protest. We didn't get to the protest in time to be a little bit of trolls, and then we ended up seeing him. And then, long story short, apparently they've been tracking my Twitter for 8 months. And as soon as I got into my personal Twitter, and as soon as I got into an argument with somebody about mansplaining how it doesn't fucking exist, they just boom. A day after the argument was over, boom, dropped my home address. But it was like. So basically, it was my home address, but the one we're selling, but we live across the street. Like, you know, one number is my house that we used to live in, and then one number up, right across the street, is where we live now. So it's still extremely fucking frightening.
Yeah,
but I
that's
think
fucked up.
I think they're all bark and no bite, though. I mean,
they got the. Keep in mind that
I did
number
inform
one
my
threat-
parents though, and
the
they
number
also
one
agreed.
the number one threat to these people is a guy walking around with a stick.
Yep.
They're not exactly good at violence. They're good at
Fucking
being
based stick man.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh
He's
man.
like the bane of Antifa.
How about biased boobies? Don't forget biased boobies.
No, we're not.
And
Listen.
the dude that fucking punched that one chick with the dreads.
Well, that guy was like the ubermensch for fucking alt-right. Like, that guy's like a white nationalist through and through, but why would that 90-pound woman decide that I'm gonna take on Ivan Drogo? I can fucking take him.
Oh, she's got this. She's got this.
Fucking Jeff Holiday's little sister doesn't have shit on this guy. She stumbled forward, tried to take a swing at him. He ducked back, and in like one swift motion, he used the motion he used to pull back out of her punch to clock her in the face. And people, go find that clip. It makes the most sickening, like, kind of like just that hollow, like,
bam. Yeah.
It's disgusting. You know it's a real hit. And it's like, woman, I take his side because you picked that fight. That was you looking at him going, yeah, I want this.
See, that's a point where you really gotta rethink your life decisions. It's like, so I tried to punch this man and it backfired.
Look, I'll support her for being an adult actress because that's actually how that's the information that was used to find out like her size and weight was that she's in the adult film industry, which
Yep.
is a fancy way of saying porn.
Yeah.
But I'll support her there.
Doesn't she like not shave?
I don't.
Hey, man, there's a niche for everything, okay?
I know that she does porn. I haven't fucking watched it. So I'll support her right to say whatever crazy ideas she wants to throw out there. But when you take a swing at someone, that's on you.
Yeah.
So you got beat by a guy like ducking backwards and a stick. Congratulations, Antifa.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same consequences, except the thing I'm about to mention is a lot worse of a consequence. Like in my town, I think it was last year, 3 kids broke. Oh, yeah, they were teenagers, up like 16, 18, 17. They broke into this dude's house in the middle of the fucking day. Didn't think a guy was in there, and a fucking I think he was like 23-year-old. Was inside, you know, I think he was like living with his parents or something. He grabbed an AR-15 and blew them the fuck away. That's at that point, he's like, all right, do I break into this house and get shot? Or, you know, it's like these ideas, it's just like, the way I see it is, you know, there's a lot of times I don't tend to think before I do things, but I'm not, like, I try to not do something that is just like, all right, am I going to die today? Unless it's a mosh pit, then it's totally worth it. But but it's just like it's one of those things you have to think and just like, will this harm me in any way to where my entire rest of my life is either fucked up or shortened?
Yeah, why are you trying to rob Jack Reacher? Like, fuck off.
Oh no, dude! The story went so fast, and it happened kind of close to where my high school was. But this dude just God, he, and then I forget like the whole story, but it was like yeah, it was a huge fucked up story, but it was on part of the people that got these kids to. I think the people knew that someone was inside and had a gun, and then they told these kids to go rob it, knowing that there was someone inside with a gun, something like that. I don't know. That's the same thing when I see, like, I have friends that deal drugs and stuff, and one of the guys...
Docs much?
I'm not saying which friends. I have many friends. But, can you run for a minute? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Way to go, fucking.
What a
Where'd he go? Oh, he's a man now. That's right. Taps is a man now.
alright. But my friend, he was trying to. He was doing in the middle of a deal with some other people who actually happened to go to my school, and he was going to rob them of their money while he was giving the drugs. But they had the same idea. They ended up beating him till he was unconscious and shooting him in the back of the neck while he was unconscious on the ground. And he's recovering now, but he almost died.
Shit.
And then
Sorry,
another.
Like I just said it before, but I live in fucking Canada. This shit does not happen.
I live in Oklahoma.
I mean,
like, this shit happens here. It's bad. Like, and then another friend of mine used to deal, but he doesn't anymore because he got robbed at gunpoint. It's not good. It's not a good way to go. That's why I'm never gonna fuck with, dealing or buying, and it's just too risky. Plus, it's highly illegal. So.
Oh, and it's also against the law.
Yeah. Main point. It's against the law. Oh man, the things that I see in Tulsa, I'd be outside my dorm. My dorm, where I'm at college is not the best part of town. I mean, Campo does a fucking wonderful job at, keeping us safe. We could walk around at 4 in the morning and be completely fine. But, I'd be leaving my dorm, and then from, half a mile away, I just hear a gunfight. Just, occasional, pistol shot, bow, 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 someone... It's crazy. It's almost as bad as, other places I've been. When I went to Atlanta, heard the same thing. When I went to LA, I saw a open drug deal in the middle of the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Just open, right in the open, and nobody was caring. Some dude just bought some Xans, just right on the Hollywood stars. And they both looked so uncomfortable, but everybody knew what was going on.
Oh my God, seriously, when the first time I went to Anaheim there for Disneyland, it was for my 13th birthday in December, and at Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm, you get the shit show. You get everything that's shut down, everything's down for repairs and everything, but the one thing I saw that really needed to be in the shop getting repairs done was this big fat black hooker. I mean, she was wearing these freaking, oh God, these skin tight shorts, almost like Spanx before they were Spanx. I'm talking about back in '93. Okay, so
oof.
Ooh, yeah, oof. Okay, it's like Speedos for fat chicks down to her thighs, and then she was wearing this black bra that was barely keeping them in. And then she had these spiders that were her glue-on lashes. She was crying out of her face. And she was crying and boo-hooing. And then she looked at this guy who was my brother's big brother from Big Brothers and Big Sisters. And looked at him and said, "Honey, can you help a sister out?" And then she looked and she saw that he had 2 kids with him, and she's like, "Oh, never mind." But she was still crying the boohoo out of her eyes, and that is something I cannot get out of my mind. At 12 turning 13 years old, now mind you, in my little white world, crack was a legend, a wives' tale, an urban legend, something you heard about in the movies. Nobody saw in my district. Nobody heard anything about it. And then we go down to California, and I literally see a whore just about nodded out of her mind, boo-hooing, looking for a reason to give head out in front of the happiest place on earth. I mean, that... One of the biggest wake-up calls I had was why is she crying? And I looked at the person, I was like, "Can you help her?" He's like, "I really can't." And it's just, oof, that's just something somebody should see ever, unless they're actively looking for it. And I don't know how many teenagers go to Disneyland looking for those kind of mouse ears, but nobody in my family were looking for those kind of mouse ears, okay? That was not a cap they wanted to put on their head.
No, fuck.
Yeah, I see. This is why I never want to live in LA, even though I might be going into at least slightly into the film industry when it comes to film scoring. Like, I never want to live there. It's too much of a clusterfuck. Too many dumbasses. I mean, if anything, I'd probably go like NorCal or something, but you know, never LA. Never. Fuck
Taps.
everything about that.
Taps, do you know dual wield?
What do you mean?
That's his name.
Oh.
Like that's his user handle.
Oh, I do not.
He lives in NorCal, and he likes it where he is, but he says he doesn't want to go any further south.
You are little dual wield.
I mean, San Diego would be kind of nice, but at the same time, you know, I'm probably just gonna stick with like Denver or something. I like the mountains.
And the pot.
I mean, not necessarily. I wouldn't go there for the pot, but I'd go there for the mountains and and have some friends that are gonna be living out there.
Mountains of pot.
The mountains of pot. Dude, when we were rolling, I went to Steamboat for spring break my senior year of high school with my friend's family, and we were rolling through Denver, and we had the windows rolled down, and that was a bad mistake. I mean, it was kind of funny at first because we had this donuts that had accidentally gotten flattened by our luggage, and so we were taking these flattened donuts and like throwing it into the truck beds of people's trucks because the traffic was like standstill, it was rush hour, and then always just boof. Pot. The smell hit us immediately as soon as we got it like super far in, and there's some dude was just smoking a blunt in his car, and we're like, what? We offered him a donut and he fucking took it. He fucking tossed it in his window and he ate it. It's just like
catch,
yeah. I mean, me and my friends might do some utterly stupid things, but we don't go to the extent of where we can like ruin our lives.
That's good. That's good.
Which is good.
Yeah. Don't drink. Don't do drugs. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I
Don't
mean-
drink what I've been drinking.
Yeah.
Don't drink
Absolutely
what
no drugs.
I
No
was drinking.
Time for a drink.
Don't drink vodka, okay?
Yeah, I'm a little jealous of Red. I don't drink anymore.
What?
I kind of crawled into the bottle. I kind of crawled into the bottle during my divorce, and ever since I crawled back out, it's one of those things where it's like, every once in a while, glass of scotch or a couple beers, but I don't go any further.
The last
Well, I've
time.
been drinking, but I can fucking hold my shit, unlike Red here.
Oof.
I can hold my shit by
Well,
both
last time
hands.
My fucking good shit.
The last time I drank, I didn't get super drunk, but I was pretty drunk. But then my friend, like, cause we were in my dorm room doing drinking games, and he was totally blackout, and I had to take care of him until one of his other friends could take him to her apartment, and he kept on like trying to leave her apartment to walk a full mile all the way back to my dorm. I'm like, no, stop. And it was like, it's one of those things I'm like, all right, I never want to be blackout. Don't want to be able to be uncontrollable like that. That's why I'll never fuck with psychedelics. Because, you know.
Oh, man. Psychedelics, if you have a good handler, it's a great time.
Taps.
I mean-
You're not gonna start with psychedelics.
I've heard.
I've heard you've been in some psychedelic servers.
I mean, it was an accident. It wasn't supposed to be in my system, but it happened.
An accident.
Right,
Really?
so, yeah, long story short, the edibles we thought were normal were not. And it was a very bad night.
Psilocybin or LSD?
I think it was acid. Not sure.
Oh.
Not a good time. Not a good time. Never again.
I think one of my favorite times with LSD was I had just recently gotten Destiny.
Oh boy.
The video game.
Mm-hmm.
I took LSD and just started playing Destiny. Oh my god. Like the graphics in that when it first came out were fantastic, and you take LSD and you sit there and it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen.
I think the funniest but saddest thing I've ever seen when it comes to like people doing psychedelics. I was at one of the many raves that I went to, and this dude straight up. I was towards the back because I was getting hot from being in the front, and this dude was just stopped. He was in the middle of just dancing crazy, and he just stopped, stood straight still, eyes wide open, mouth wide open, and then fucking Neville Longbottomed, and nobody caught him because he OD'd. He OD'd, and they had to take him to the hospital.
Oh.
Fucking straight back. Bah! Nobody caught him. And nobody even realized what had happened until they looked down and they see this dude just sprawled out on the floor. And then another time, this chick, she was waving her next to me on the front rail, waving her arms like a fucking maniac. And she looks at me, she's like, "What are you seeing?" I'm like, I don't know, a purple elephant. I was just trying to make conversation or something. And she's like, "Oh, cool." And then later we're on the, headbanging is dubstep and whatever. She fucking headbangs straight into my elbow, really fucking hard. I turned, she's like, "Are you okay?" She didn't hear me at all, didn't feel it. She had a massive fucking bruise on her forehead. I'm like, oh god, she's gonna feel that in the morning.
Now what he's not telling us is that this is actually his hallucinations that we're doing this.
Nah, dude, I go there for the music, man. I go for that.
Speaking of burning out, we're burning out, so I think it's time to say goodbye.
Yeah, it's about that time. This is my typical.
Like 10 minutes ago.
This is way past my normal tenure. I normally go for maybe an hour and a half, at the most 2. I usually keep it at an hour, but for fuck's sake, I've been gone for so long and I needs me some attention. I just needed to get out here and do my midweek wind up. And yes, I am promising from here on out, even if we're doing our Devil's Advocates on Chaos, and even if we're not, whatever the fuck happens, midweek wind up will happen. And Das Waifu Hunter has agreed to be my co-host. Not my guest, not my permanent guest. He is my co-host. And before anybody gets any weird fucking ideas, Mercolium knows waifu, and he knows what's up. Anyway, everybody,
he knows we fuck.
he knows you get the he knows you get the oral done. He knows you get the oral done. So everybody wants anybody wants to shout their own shit. Taps, we need to talk. If you can, after we go off air, because Merc and I need to talk to you about some radio shit. So, because radio.
So Taps, do you want to pimp yourself out a little? Because you do some stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna show myself real fast. Pop my fingers. Right. I stream on Twitch a lot. I mainly do gaming, a lot of IRL streams, just chilling and talking as well. I'm gonna start a podcast here pretty soon on Twitch and on my second YouTube channel. It'll be the same thing. I know how to stream to both YouTube and Twitch at the same time, as well as I do some creative stuff. Like whenever I make tracks, every once in a while I'll stream it. Same thing with editing videos for the channel. Speaking of the YouTube channel, I have a YouTube channel which is mainly just music and gaming and whatnot. Along with a couple other things, I explored Ghost Town. If anybody knows what Pitcher, Oklahoma is, and know anything about that, how it's a ghost town, it's pretty cool. And SoundCloud, I make stuff. Yeah. And what else? I think that's pretty much it for now.
I feel like I have to warn some people because Taps is young. He is an adult, but he is young. He does have some less than adults, but not quite kids that he interacts with. I just, honestly, with me being me, I have to give that warning out, is that you do have some less than minors, but not quite kids. So, but Taps is a good person. He really is. He's a great guy. He's a sweetheart. You know, I've got to know him quite a bit over the last, oh, Jesus Christ, it's about 8 months now. You know, he's a great guy. He's down to earth. And if you have problems with streaming with kids, minors, or anything like that, just let him know. Everything's good. You know, just Taps is an adult. So.
Yeah, I am
He's a man now.
He's a man now.
Yes, I am a man now.
That is
And,
literally his name in my server. He's a man now.
You're welcome.
And I'm starting to put together some documentary ideas because I definitely am going to start putting up together some documentaries.
Taps, honestly, you have a great struggle story to put out there. If you put together a script, a story, and thing with your sister and everything that happened before you went to college and what's going on with you at college, you have a really great multi-parter, and it's a really great story about somebody like enduring and succeeding.
I could probably write a short film on that, yeah. But when it comes to the documentary, I'm thinking about doing the polarization of politics in the modern day, because that's a really big thing that's going on right now. So, but yeah, that's basically all that I've got going on. Waifu, you got anything going on?
Well, I don't do anything personally, but I'm gonna hand it off to Kieran before I shill out the people that left, because I got a couple of them. So Kieran, you actually do something as well.
I do no such thing.
Oh, I have your fucking link. I disagree.
That's not mine.
Yeah, but you're a part of it.
You can find me Thursday night streams on Wednesday nights with my buddy Aircraft Sparky, also actually an Oklahoma resident, Taps. So that's a fun one for you. He lives over near Norman, I believe it is.
Okay. Yeah, I know where that is.
But yeah, I believe there's a link to it on this video. But yeah, yeah, there you go. And I provide color commentary on there. Actually, earlier tonight we had Bass Trap Kayla on as a guest. That was
I love BTK.
That was a thing.
She confuses my non-penis.
Confuses my penis, so there, you know.
Yeah.
But that's what I do, and I'm kind of boring, but if you're interested, I'm Halcyon_Kieran on Twitter. Find me around there somewhere.
And if you're ever on Discord, he's lurking in Miles Beats server.
And you can also find me on Geek Thulu server these days. I spend time.
Oh, we're all in there.
I should probably throw my Discord into my description.
Mm-hmm.
Learning how to YouTube right. Normally, I just do my Discord and do my YouTube and just do things, but I will throw my Discord into the description, so folks, if they want to join the Ginger Box, can do so.
I'll grab that.
The Taps, you've got a new subscriber. I'll check out your stuff.
I've got some new
tomorrow.
I uploaded a new video today, and I've got another one in the works. It's gonna be good. I've been on a hiatus for a couple months now, or at least a month, because of fucking. I made a mistake and took 18 credit hours. So if that says anything.
Oof. That'll get you.
Well, I'm going to do a little bit of shilling myself. I'm going to say thank you very much to Schoolboy for coming on. Always a pleasure. Usually pops in every now and then. I want to say he had Schoolboy had to go deal with something, but a very special thank you to Optic Decay, who, you know, like his stock has been going up. He's, you know, going on these big streams and stuff. And I just approached him like, hey, are you doing anything? He's like, you know what? I'm not doing anything tonight. Sure. Why the fuck not? So I'm going to throw Optic Decay's YouTube channel in the chat. I know he's got a much nicer one, but I'm just going to use whatever I can grab.
Well, Optic Decay is in my description of this video. My Discord's in here. Kieran's YouTube is in here. And I will throw Taps in here too.
Alright. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I met all of you guys. Actually, I found Brown Bomber on YouTube. Started watching his videos. Loved it. Went into his Discord, and that's when I first started getting.
Back. Brownie, come back. You can blame it all on waifu.
Am I the new Brown Bomber? Oh shit.
And then I met Geek Thulu through Brown Bomber, and then I went to Geek Thulu server, and then I met all these wonderful fucking people. All you guys are fucking the best.
Tap, seriously, you need to get in touch with Merc. Every Wednesday night, he does go to the studio. He's got a couple more weeks until he has his thing with the Chaos radio station. And people that don't have contracts or professional things going on, he can actually use their radio station to buy or license for a fee, so to speak, and promote their content. You're one of the three we were talking about getting in touch with and promoting their content on the show.
All right. It sounds that's fucking awesome. If he needs me to make any more beats for him, just tell him to like DM me or something.
All right, seriously, yeah, Mercs. If you, I've been the one that is pretty much contacted people when we have time to. Merc with his Taekwondo shit, plus his classes for becoming licensed and going to work and all that shit. He's really, he really doesn't have time to do anything.
I can relate, kind of. Except they don't have kids, so.
Player one, the red and only drawing's not new. My oldest drew it for me. So I told her, I was like, I need an avatar. I don't want to do shit. And so she just drew it for me. So
fucking good.
She's supposed to be drawing me some chibis and other things for me to do animations with. So.
Might have to hit her up next time I get some more Twitch emote options.
She's actually, if she would let me, I would put her art up here. Actually, maybe I'll just send it with Merc to some night and send all her art and just put it up and let people bid on what they want to put in their things.
Speaking of shilling, I've got none to do myself. This is basically what I do now. So if you want to show me some love, just subscribe to Red, hit that like button, you know, the usual stuff. And then there's that Discord if you ever want to come bug me. I mod in Geek servers, so if you want to get me there too, that's another spot I'm at.
Yeah, he mods in the Ginger Box. He mods in Geek. So those are
you
two
a mod
Discord.
on my Twitch?
Yeah.
On your Twitch,
yes. Didn't I mod you?
I don't.
Wait, that was something you were trying to do. I don't think you actually successfully did so.
No.
Oh, you basically, he has to, in the chat, you know, whatever waifu types in the chat, you're supposed to click on his name, and below the name, it's kind of small, but there's a little lightning bolt. You're supposed to click that, and that will moderate it, make him a moderator, and he'll have a little sword.
I've attached my Amazon Prime to my Twitch account, apparently I get one subscription free to sub to each month.
Yeah.
So, Taps, if you keep streaming on Twitch, I'll sub to you and use my Twitch Prime account on you.
Sweet.
It's not much, but it's all I got.
That's fucking awesome.
And lovely people, even though he's not here, subscribe to Big Fat Brian. Here is Brian's channel in the chat because I'm supposed to make him as famous as possible.
Brian is a fucking legend.
Brian needs to come to my fucking streams on Wednesdays then.
Well, then I'll grab him for one because I'm in it for the long run.
Seriously, I'm coming back to my Wednesdays. Merc is totally in charge of the radio thing. Devil's Advocates is totally his thing. I'm just the PR. I'm just the voice. I'm just the interaction with the people. He's the one with the show, the go, and the know-how, and the licensing. Eventually, I'll take it to, if my channel picks up and surpasses his sub count, then I'll go and take the licensing test too. But, you know, if anybody wants to, you know, try to get on the Chaos Radio Show, just hit me up. And it has to be people we trust to not literally fuck shit up, because if you slip up with one word, innuendo or anything like that, it's a $326,000 fine for one word. All right. So, God damn it, Brian! Why you gotta join the chat now, you faggot? You could have joined the actual audio chat. You could have deep fried some of these stories in butter.
Subscribe.
That's fucking.
Brian's
you guys
still
get
not
your own
subbed to my
radio
channel. Fuck you, Brian.
We said his name enough to summon him.
Yes, we have summoned the deep fried butter. I mean, Big Fat Brian.
He heard it through the ether, and then he came through.
I'm a faggot. I gather sticks in large bundles.
It's kind of funny how on Twitch with the new terms of service, like if you say faggot, you will get banned. So it's just like,
you know,
I
thought they were going to full police state, like you couldn't say it even off Twitch.
Oh, I mean, you can't say a lot of things, and I have to control my chat too, because apparently one of the rules is if your chat is saying these things, you'll still get banned because you're somehow responsible for what your chat says.
Big Fat Brian says he's been subbed for a while, but I can't see his subs. I'm like, God damn it, Brian! You know what? You know what, Brian? Just because I can't see you, now you're fucking modded. Now I can see everything you do.
Take that wrench.
Take that wrench and I can see everything you do.
Now he has the ban hammer.
No, it's the wrench. You just smack people in the face with it. That's all these things are for.
Deep fried Brian.
If he was an Antifa, it would be a bike lock.
If he was an Antifa, well, yeah, shit.
Fucking Brian, did you see what Brian posted? When you're in hell, only a devil can point the way out. Oh my god.
Well, Red, we're at that time where you go plug your stuff.
Oh, this is my stuff. There are many like it, but this stuff is mine. Anyway, so Red and Only's midweek wind up or wind down, however the fuck you feel about it. It's gonna happen on Wednesdays from here on out. I have melatonin and NyQuil, so I will not be going at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I mean, my children have a normal bedtime, so I'll be able to post earlier on YouTube. So, until Mercolium and I get to doing the Devil's Advocates on terrestrial wavelengths, also known as radio, this is where you can catch us, and you can catch Waifu on a regular here on Wednesday nights as well. And one of these days we'll convince him to get his own regular YouTube channel. But
fuck that.
It's been real. It's been retarded. What the fuck do you know? It's been red. Night.
You're my wonder.
inspire them. You know, let them see that your work. This song has been my mortal enemy for about 4 years now.